So, verse number 16. So, these are related verses. In 15, he's praying, the devotee is praying to the Lord that please remove the effulgence so I can see your face. That's verse 15. Now, verse 16. O my Lord, O primeval philosopher, maintainer of the universe, O regulating principle, destination of the pure devotees, well-wishers of the progenitors of mankind, please remove the effulgence of your transcendental rays so that I can see your form of bliss. You are the eternal supreme personality of Godhead, like unto the sun, as am I. So, he is glorifying the Lord before, you glorify. There are four components of a prayer. You glorify, then you can ask for some benediction after glorifying. Sometimes some prayers have repentance, glorification. You ask, you repentance, and you express gratitude. So, for all that the Lord has done for you. So that can be four components of a prayer. So he's glorifying and then he's asking. So how is he glorifying? He's saying Pushana. Pushan means nourisher. He is nourishing. Eka Rishe. Eka means the original, or the primeval philosopher, Rishi. Yama, the regulating principle. Like we have Yam, Niyam, Asan, Pranayam, Pratyahara. Yam means the regulating principles. Yamraj regulates, like that one who disciplines. Surya, the destination of the Suris, great devotees. Surya we would mean sun, but here also Surya, the destination of the Suris. So Krishna is the destination of the great devotees. Prajapatya, the well-wisher of the Prajapatis. Okay, so who Prajapatis are, like who? Brahma and all those who generate progeny. Vyuha, kindly remove. Rashmin, the rays. Samuha, kindly withdraw. Teja, effulgence. Yat, so that. Te, your rupam form. Kalyanatamam, most auspicious. Tat, that. Te, your. Pashyami, I may see. Yah, one who is. Aso, like the sun. Aso, that. Purushaha, the personality of Godhead. Saha, myself. Aham, I. Asmi, am. So we'll read the translation again. O my Lord, O primeval philosopher, Ekarishe, maintainer of the universe, that is Pushan. O regulative principles, Yama, destination of the pure devotees, Prajapatya. No, destination is Surya, destination of the pure devotees, and well-wisher of the progenitors of mankind, that is Prajapatya. Please remove the effulgence of your transcendental rays so that I can see your form of bliss. You are the eternal supreme personality of God, like unto the sun, as am I. So one who sees Krishna's form, then he will feel so happy. Krishna is so beautiful and he's also very kind. So one who sees Krishna's form of beauty, then he will become so blissful. In the Bhagavatam, there is a verse that everybody is shedding over the years, right? Over the centuries, over the millenniums, all the people in this world have shed so many tears that they have become, if you collect all these tears, then it will become like what?
Ocean of
Ocean. It will become like an ocean. If you collect all the tears that we have shed, all the people all over the centuries and millennia have shed, So there are three types of crying, right? One crying is sansarika crying. So this is what it is referring to. Sansarika crying means something didn't work out in life and you're crying. You wanted something, it didn't happen. You lost something. So that is one kind of crying. Second kind of crying is the crying of a sadhaka. Like Gaur Govind Swami said, we have opened a crying school. So we should cry for Krishna. We should cry for Krishna. Like a baby crying for mother. So we have opened a crying school. So we means cry means we want Krishna. When the baby is crying, then baby is wanting the mother. So sansar crying is ultimately to bring us to the point of crying for Krishna. Krishna, I am so so disgusted, so much fed up with this that I want you now, Krishna. So you cry for Krishna. And then in the perfect stage also you cry. In the Siddha stage also you cry for Krishna. Like the gopis are crying for Krishna. So, uh, yeah. So if we collect all these tears, then it will form an ocean. And that ocean gets dried up if one sees the beautiful smiling face of the Lord. It is described as a verse in the Bhagavatam that when you approach Krishna, then you get so much relief. You feel so much happiness and peace in your life that the ocean of tears that dries up. Okay, so 328:32, I can show you that verse. Hasam Hare Avanataakhilat Lokativra Shokashu Sagara Vishoshanam Atyudaram Sammohanaya Rachitam Nija Maya Yasya Bhrumandalam Munikrite Makaradvajasya. So the eyebrows, Makara. Okay. A yogi should, or Makara is the bow, right? A yogi should meditate, similarly meditate on the most benevolent smile of Lord Sri Hari. Which is the smiling face? Which canto is the smiling face of Sri Hari? Manish Goel, Prabhu. 10th canto. Yes.
Yeah, can do 10.
To 10. So, a smile which for all those who bow to him dries away the ocean of tears caused by intense grief. The yogi should also meditate on the Lord's arched eyebrows, which are manifested by his internal potency in order to charm the sex god for the good of the sages. That is so many verses like that which rise up. Because Krishna consciousness is a festival. And we are not experiencing like that because our mind, we are diseased. But otherwise, it's a Mahotsavam. Tadeva Ramyam Ruchiram Navam Navam Tadeva Sashvan Manaso Mahatsam. It's a festival for the mind. By coming in contact with Krishna, one becomes very happy. Susukham kartum avyayam. It is described. We are meant to become very happy because we lose all our material desires. By coming in contact with Krishna, we feel so happy. And that also, Tadeva Shokarnava Shoshanam Nrinam. The ocean, that also Shokarnava means the ocean of lamentation, is Shoshanam. Shoshanam means it is sucked up. Shoshan means exploitation also. Soshana. Right? But Soshana also means it. Yeah, when you do Soshana means you are drying up somebody, right? You are exploiting them. But Soshana also means it dries up this ocean of tears, ocean of lamentation. For one who sings the glories of Uttama Shloka, Yad Uttama Shloka, Yasho Anugiyate. So slowly and gradually, it may not be like that in the beginning. It may be very troublesome to chant japa and very no taste. But as we do, nectar of instruction is, so verse 7 says, if we do it in the right consciousness, avoiding offenses, then we'll slowly get so much happiness from uh, the activities of devotional service that the form of Krishna, by associating with Krishna, that we will not, will lose all other interest. Like one gopi tells another gopi that if you want to enjoy with your family and society and all these things in this world, don't go to the bank of Yamuna and see the threefold bending form of Shyam Sundar standing in moonlight, having flute to his lips, which is like newly blossomed twigs, and casting his sidelong glance and smiling, his smiling face. Because if you become attracted to Krishna, then you will lose all your desire. So if you want to enjoy in this world, don't take up Krishna consciousness, basically. Don't go, and then this verse is there. Smeram bhangi traya parichitam sachi vistirna drishtim vamshi nishtadhara kishalayam ujjvalam chandrakena govindakhyam haritanumita keshitirthopakante ma prekshishthas tava yadi sakhe bandhu sange stirangaha. My dear friend, if you're indeed attached to your worldly friends, do not look at the smiling face of Lord Govinda. So here he's saying, please remove your dazzling effulgence so I can see your form. Seeing your form means seeing the smiling face also of Lord Govinda. As he stands on the bank of Yamuna at Keshi Ghat, casting sidelong glances, he places his flute to his lips, which seem like newly blossomed twigs. So his lips are like newly blossomed twigs, very delicate. His transcendental body, bending in three places, at neck, at waist, and at the knees, appears very bright in the moonlight. So slowly as we get taste, ultimately we all want to become happy. So the real way, the real happiness we can get is through devotional service. And that is what we should aspire. We all want, we are all aspiring for happiness. So we should aspire for happiness through devotional service, because that happiness will completely satisfy the soul, and he'll become completely satisfied and peaceful and blissful. Okay, so that is what he's saying. I can see your form of bliss. Krishna's form is Satchidananda Vigraha. Krishna is always happy. Prabhupada says Krishna is never sad. So devotee means always happy, Prabhupada said. If devotee is not happy, that means Maya has overtaken him. Prabhupada said like that. Of course, we feel sometimes happy, we don't feel happy. Uh, but Prabhupada said, yeah, if devotee is in touch with Krishna, then he will always feel happy. Then how can we explain gopis are lamenting? Well, they are lamenting, but in lamentation there is happiness. So, but when we are in Maya, then we are in happy and like that. So we don't have to feign anything that we are happy, but we will naturally feel happy as we become more Krishna conscious and find taste in chanting and other things. So, so it's all about the experience of happiness that we want. Okay, so purport. The sun and its rays are one and the same qualitatively. Sun and sun rays are same. Qualitatively means they also have the same quality. Similarly, the Lord and the living entities are one and the same in quality. So if Krishna is Anandamayo Bhyasat, we as part and parcel of Krishna are also Anandamayo Bhyasat. We are also full of pleasure. Krishna is described as Anandamayo Bhyasat. Filled. Bhyasat means it is filled with pleasure. Krishna is full of pleasure. So as living entities, by nature, Krishna is very jubilant. So we are his part, so we should also be of the same quality. That's what, same in quality. The sun is one, but the molecules of the sun rays are innumerable. So there are innumerable living entities. So the sun's rays constitute part of the sun. And the sun and its rays conjointly constitute the complete sun. So you cannot separate sun and sunshine. You cannot say there is sun, but there is no sunshine. Similarly, when we say Krishna, Krishna means Krishna and his what?
Energies.
Yes, Krishna and his energies. Like Prabhupada says, king. King means you cannot have king without any soldiers and army and the ministers and all his sabha, right? So when we say Krishna, Krishna includes the Lord himself and all his energies. So that is the. Otherwise, if we say king, but he has no army, no soldiers, no ministers, then how is the king? So we are also part of Krishna. That's why there is oneness also, which the Mayavadis they say, Sarvam Khalva Idam Brahma. Everything is Brahman. Yes, everything is. Yes, because we are also Krishna, sample Krishna, but we are not full. The sun's rays constitute part of the sun, and the sun and its rays conjointly constitute the complete sun. Within the sun itself resides the sun god, and similarly within the spiritual planet Golok Vrindavan, from which the Brahma Jyoti effulgence is emanating. The Lord enjoys his eternal pastimes as verified in Brahma Samhita. So sunshine, sun, and sun god. So in Golok Vrindavan, there is Brahma Jyoti. There is the planet Golok Vrindavan, and inside the planet Golok Vrindavan is Krishna, who enjoys his eternal pastimes. Brahma Samhita states this. Chintamani prakarasadma sukalpa vriksha lakshavriteshu surabhirabhipalayantam Lakshmi sahasra shatasambhrama sevyamanam Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, the first progenitor, who is tending the cows, fulfilling all desires and abodes. So Govindamadi purusham, that is I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, the first progenitor, who is tending the cows, that is Surabhi, fulfilling all desires in abodes filled with spiritual gems, Chintamani, and surrounded by millions of wish-fulfilling trees, Kalpavriksha, is always served with great reverence and affection by hundreds of thousands of Lakshmis, Lakshmi Sahasra, Sevyamanam, or goddesses of fortune. The Brahma Jyoti is described in Brahma Samhita as the rays emanating from that supreme spiritual planet, Golok Vrindavan. Just as the sun rays emanate from the sun globe. So just as sun rays are coming from sun globe, similarly, the Brahma Jyoti is coming from Golok Vrindavan. Until one surpasses the glare of the Brahma Jyoti, one cannot receive information of the land of the Lord. So until you go past the Brahma Jyoti into the planet, then you cannot know what is going on there. The impersonalist philosophers, blinded as they are by the dazzling Brahma Jyoti, can realize neither the factual abode of the Lord nor his transcendental form. So that light is very blinding, and unless you go beyond the light to the personal form of the Lord and his activities. So that is what it is saying. You cannot understand the all blissful. Or limited by their poor fund of knowledge, such impersonalist thinkers cannot understand the all blissful transcendental form of Lord Krishna. In this prayer, therefore, Sri Ishopanishad petitions the Lord to remove the effulgent rays of the Brahma Jyoti so that the pure devotee can see his all blissful transcendental form. Like sometimes where there is blinding light, I think we talked about it, night, if the oncoming traffic has very high beam light on, then it just you get blinded. You cannot see what is there. Is it a truck coming? Is it a car coming? What is there? Because the light is so blinding. So it's a criminal offense, right? It's a traffic offense to drive with high beam light on a two-lane road where you're going on a one-lane road, means one way lane going in one and another lane coming, because it'll blind. So similarly, the Brahma Jyoti blinds the devotee, so he cannot see. And who can remove the Brahma Jyoti? Krishna can remove. By realizing the impersonal Brahma Jyoti, one experiences the auspicious aspect of the Supreme. And by realizing the Paramatma, or all-pervading feature of the Supreme, one experiences an even more auspicious enlightenment. So you're moving closer to the source. But by meeting the personality of Godhead himself face to face, the devotee experiences the most auspicious feature of the Supreme. Because you can interact with the Lord and you see him face to face, you can have loving relationship, you can speak to him, he will speak back to you. With the Brahma Jyoti, you cannot have all that. So you can have the most experience of the Supreme Lord by personally, we like personal connection. We don't like impersonal. Since his address is the primeval philosopher and maintainer and well-wisher of the universe, the supreme truth cannot be impersonal. So he is maintaining his well-wisher. Prabhupada is saying he cannot be impersonal. Like our father and mother are maintaining when we were children. So they are persons, they are not impersonal. So similarly, the Lord who is maintaining everybody cannot be impersonal, he is personal. So this is a too much emphasis on personal form. In the Vaishnava philosophy, it is the personal aspect of the Lord. So we say also many times, it's if Krishna wants, if Krishna desires, then this will happen. Yeah, whatever Krishna wants, right? We say, like many devotees will say like that. I depend on Krishna, whatever Krishna wants. Well, that means he's a person. He wants something, right? That means only persons can want. So he's a person. This is the verdict of Sri Ishopanishad. So because he's a person, he can hear us, he can talk to us, he can reciprocate with us. The word Pushan. So the prayer means personal, right? You are praying, but there has to be somebody to hear your prayer. Otherwise, how you can offer prayer to something impersonal? So the word Pushan is especially significant, for although the Lord maintains all beings, he specifically maintains his devotees. Prabhupada would say like this, that the elephants in the jungles of Africa, they are eating a ton of sugar, right? Whatever, sugar cane and whatever they eat. And you are not providing for them, but they're getting fed. Who is providing? Krishna is providing for them. So if you become his devotee, Krishna will not provide for his devotee. Why you have that doubt? He would say like, if Krishna is maintaining those who don't worship him, those who don't connect with him, even the elephants who eat, if you have to maintain an elephant, you would say, no, I cannot maintain an elephant. Please, I don't want elephant as a pet. Because you have to feed him so much. But in jungles of Africa, there are many elephants. They're living. So many years they're living. And they are strong and healthy. And they're eating a lot. And where is all the food coming from? So Krishna is providing. So if Krishna is providing for an elephant and all the other, so for his devotee, he will not provide. Definitely, he will look after his devotees. Krishna says, Ananyas Chintayanto Mam. So we have to have faith. Ananyas Chintayanto Mam. Ye jana paryupasate. Tesham nityabhiyuktanam.
Sure.
Lakshemam Bhamiham.
Amen.
Yeah. I will provide whatever. So means whatever lack we have, even spiritually, Krishna will provide if he will make up for that lack. So Krishna will provide. And that, if you have that faith, then you can surrender to Krishna. That's one of the aspect of surrender. Krishna will protect me and Krishna will maintain me. Gopatritve and Rakshashi iti Vishwas. Gopatritva, Krishna will maintain me, Krishna will protect me. If I serve him, then he will take care of me. That's what. So you don't have to depend on the ordinary. If you serve Krishna in devotional service, then somehow your needs will be met. And the example is, what is the example? So many devotees, right? I mean, they are preaching and they are doing devotional service fully. And somehow their needs are being met. Of course, you may say donations are coming for them and the temple is taking care of them. But whatever it may be, it is coming through Krishna. So Krishna is maintaining them. And also outside also, if we are not dependent on a temple, all our intelligence to work is also provided by Krishna. So we are able to earn a salary. So that's Krishna is maintaining everybody. So he just, for although the Lord maintains all beings, he specifically maintains his devotees. Because if he maintains everybody, then why would he not maintain his devotees who are very dear to him? There's a nice verse in Katha Upanishad. Nityo nityanam chetanas chetananam. Eko bahunam yo vidadati kaman. Krishna is fulfilling the desires of all. There is many eternal beings. But of all the eternal beings, there is one eternal being who is supreme and who is providing the necessities of all other beings. So Krishna is providing for everybody. Like he created the sun and the moon and the air and the earth and the soil and everything by which all the vegetables are growing and everything. We didn't have any hand in that. So Krishna has created. How did this arrangement come about? This is one reason that there is God. Because for every urge that we have, there is fulfillment of the urge. So that means it's not just whimsical. Krishna has provided the way. Like they say, when a child is born, then the milk is there in mother to feed the child. How is that? Because the child cannot eat anything at that stage. So that is how. So who made the body like that? We are saying this is my body, but I didn't design the body like that so that all these things happen, right? Especially for females. I didn't design the body myself. I just happen to be in this body. I'm just living in this body and things are happening. So, so Krishna's intelligence is at work. So in every aspect, the devotee can see like that. If we examine nature, then we see how Krishna is provided. After surpassing the impersonal Brahma Jyoti and seeing the personal aspect of the Lord and his most auspicious eternal form, the devotee realizes the absolute truth in full. Okay, so going to Bhagwan realization. In Bhagavad Sandarbha, Srila Jiva Goswami states, the complete conception of the absolute truth is realized in the personality of Godhead because he is almighty and he possesses all full transcendental potencies. The full potency of the absolute truth is not realized in the Brahma Jyoti, which we know, only the Sat aspect is realized. Therefore, Brahman realization is only partial realization of the personality of Godhead. O learned sages, the first syllable of the word Bhagavan, Bha, has two meanings. The first one is one who fully maintains, and the second is guardian. In Bhagavan, the Bha has two meanings. One is the one who maintains fully, and the second is guardian. A guardian also maintains. The second syllable, Ga, means guide, leader, or creator. The syllable Van indicates every being lives in him, and that he also lives in every being. In other words, the transcendental sound Bhagwan represents infinite knowledge, potency, energy, opulence, strength, and influence, all without a tinge of material inebriety. Okay, so the Lord fully maintains his unalloyed devotees and he guides them progressively on the path towards devotional perfection. So Krishna maintains his unalloyed, means pure devotees, fully, and he guides them how to go back to him. Dadami buddhi yogam tam. Krishna is giving. As the leader of his devotees, he ultimately awards the desired results of devotional service by giving himself to them. So Krishna says, I cannot do anything for you. To the gopis, he says, you have to be satisfied. Actually, Krishna becomes purchased by devotees who do pure devotional service. So he gives himself to them. Because they don't want anything from Krishna. They want Krishna. So Krishna gives himself to them. The devotees of the Lord see the Lord eye to eye by his causeless mercy. So Krishna's causeless mercy only, we can see the Lord. Like there is a verse, right? Nayam atma pravachinena labhyo, na medhaya na bahuna, na shrutena. Nayam atma pravachinena labhyo. Means Krishna is saying in that, the Upanishads are saying that Krishna reveals himself to whomever he wishes. Nayam, you cannot realize Krishna by pravachan. I think we discussed this last time. By intelligence, by hearing, by giving lot of pravachan. But he can be realized by one who he himself chooses. When we will act in such a way that Krishna will be pleased to see us, so that is when he will reveal. Right? So that is by his causeless mercy. Don't try to see God, act in a way that God will want to see you. So that's the devotees of the Lord see the Lord eye to eye by his causeless mercy. Thus the Lord helps his devotees reach the supermost spiritual planet, Golok Vrindavan. Being the creator, he can bestow all necessary qualifications upon his devotees so that they can ultimately reach him. The Lord is the cause of all causes. So Krishna makes up for all the deficiencies and gives us all the necessary qualifications so we can go back to him. So all good qualities will develop by grace of Krishna. He bestows all necessary qualifications. Because to go back to spiritual world, we have to have good qualification. In the 15th chapter, it is described what are the qualifications to go back to Godhead. Right? In the Bhagavad Gita, in the 15th chapter, 5th verse, what are the qualifications? Krishna says, these people who have this qualification, they can go back. Nirmana moha jita sanga dosha adhyatma nitya vinivritta kamaha dvandve vimukta sukha dukkha sagne gacchantyamuda padam avyayam tat. Those who are free from false prestige, illusion, and false association, who understand the eternal, who are done with material lust, who are freed from the dualities of happiness and distress, and who unbewildered know how to surrender to the Supreme Person, attain to that eternal kingdom. So Krishna helps us in all this, attaining all these qualities. Of course, we try also, and Krishna gives us realizations from within. So many realizations will come by Krishna's mercy from the heart. Krishna is situated in our heart, and he will give us knowledge. Matta smritir jnanam apohanam cha. And he will give us realization from within. And we pray also to Krishna, Krishna, please give me realization so that I I can actually become well situated in devotional service. So we pray to Krishna also, and Krishna is also wanting to change. So then more and more we realize that yes, there is nothing to gain, nothing to lose in this material world. I have to go back home, back to Godhead. I am just loitering in this material world from one life to another without any profit. I'm just going from one species of life to the next. Of course, we say like that, but then you get the realization. And then when you get the realization, then you lose all the other interest in other things because they are not of much value. If they are not related to Krishna consciousness, then you lose all the, and then you become more and more uh, engaged in devotional service. So, okay, I'll pause here and see if you have any comments. We are just reading the purport. So only 11. Any comments? First realization you will get is you are not the body. It's a big realization. Get this one, it's big realization. And then when realization means, what does it mean that you are realized? How can we say we are realized when we can? What, what do you think is difference between theoretical knowledge and realization? What is the difference? What would you say? When is something a realization and when something is theoretical knowledge? How would you differentiate? Not for anybody, just I'm saying in general. How,
When we can start applying.
huh, we can start applying. That's a good one. Yes. We can start applying. We can act on that platform. That's what is realization. And theoretical knowledge means, yeah, you know that you have to do like this, but you're not able to apply it. Sometimes, yes, sometimes. Realization means it has to be, of course, sometimes we get realization, sometimes we may not get realization. So that is also there. But when realization becomes steady, then it's like you can apply it at all times, in all situations of life. Like for instance, those of you or who are eating meat, now you got the realization that meat eating is bad. It's not good. Let's say you were eating meat. I don't know if you were eating or not. But now, at any time, any place, somebody serves you meat, you say, no, I don't want it. I understood it's bad. I will not even aspire for it. I don't have any desire for it. That's called realization. That you don't have any, like, I mean, you got the realization that it's bad, so now you don't aspire for it. Similarly, when you realize something is good and it's right thing, then you aspire for it. Your desire is strong for that. And then you act on that desire. So like that. So that realization we want. We don't want to fill our head with all academic knowledge. It is there, academic knowledge is good. But ultimately we want to apply and feel because otherwise they say chant Hare Krishna and be happy. But we are not feeling any happiness, especially with japa. I am not feeling any happiness. So is the theory wrong then? No, it's not. The theory is not wrong. It's because I may not be applying it properly in my life. So if we want realization, then we have to be at it. We have to do all the things that are necessary to bring about that realization. And Krishna will help. Krishna will help. That is what Krishna is saying, that ultimately he gives the realization in the heart. Okay, so, and we are all at different levels of realization, right? The pure devotee has different realization. than me, who is starting off on this path. So like that, there are different levels of realizations, and everybody is not at the same stage. But no matter where we are at, we can always progress from where we are. So that's something to understand. And it is not about external practice also. It's actually, realization means from the heart. It's like how much you, uh, of course, externally we apply also, but it's how much we feel it in our heart that this is the truth. Okay, so the Lord is the cause of all causes. In other words, there is nothing that caused him. He is the original cause. Because there are many people who can recite shlokas and shlokas of Bhagavad Gita, like those who do Gita competition. And one time, one man came to Prabhupada and he said, I can recite the whole Bhagavad Gita in certain time, maybe 48 or some minutes. And Prabhupada says, that's right, that's good. But can you live one verse of Bhagavad Gita for 48 minutes? So that's where the challenge is. So it only works to the degree we apply it in our life. And to apply, we need some guidance, right? How to apply, what is the situation, my situation, what I have to do. So that's where we get guidance from devotees and things like that. How to apply, and everybody's situation is different. And so there are many obstacles also on this path. So how to overcome the obstacles. And that's when we get guidance from the spiritual masters like that. So the Lord fully maintains his unalloyed devotees and he guides them progressively on the path towards devotional perfection. As the leader of his devotees, he ultimately awards the desired results of devotional service by giving himself to them. The devotees of the Lord see the Lord eye to eye by his causeless mercy. Thus the Lord helps his devotees reach the supermost spiritual planet, Golok Vrindavan. Being the creator, he can bestow all necessary qualifications upon his devotees so that he can ultimately reach him. The Lord is the cause of all causes. In other words, since there is nothing that caused him, he is the original cause. Sometimes we want the Lord, but we are not, we also want other things that are detrimental to approaching the Lord. So that is why we have to make our desires more focused on things that are favorable for the Lord, achieving the Lord. So, like they say sometimes that we have our leg in two boats, one in this and one in that. So that's why it's sometimes. So we have to. Arjuna is telling, this mind is very difficult to control, and Krishna is saying, Asanshayam Mahabahu, Mano Durnikraham Chalam. Abhyasena Kaunteya, Abhyasena tu Kaunteya, Vairagyena cha griyate. He says, yes, it is very difficult to control the mind, but you have to do abhyas, practice. And at the same time, you have to practice vairagya. Vairagya means detachment from those things that are not favorable for bhakti. So both are required, abhyas and vairagya. Abhyas means practicing those things that are favorable, and vairagya means detaching ourselves from those things that are not favorable. Because if you do one thing but not the other thing, then it will take more time. Like you want to light a fire, but I am pouring water also at the same time, then the fire will not light up faster. But if you want to light fire, then you have to stop pouring water. It means you have to stop doing detrimental activities, which are described by Rupa Goswami also. Atyahara prayasasya prajalpa niyamagraha janasangasya lolyam cha shadbir bhakti vinashyati. So all these things are there given by the acharyas. So being the creator, he can bestow all necessary qualifications upon his devotees so that they can ultimately reach him. And Krishna will help. In other words, since there is nothing that caused him, he is the original cause. Consequently, he enjoys his own self by manifesting his own internal potency. The external potency is not exactly manifested by him, for he expands himself as the Purushas, and it is in these forms. So he enjoys his own self by manifesting. So he manifests as Radharani and he enjoys. The external potency, it says when the Lord wants to enjoy, he expands as Radharani. When the Lord wants to serve himself, he expands as who?
Balram.
Balram. Yes. So it's nice if you could expand, if you wanted to, if my leg was aching and I wanted somebody to massage my leg, if I could expand and that expansion would massage my leg, then it would be nice. So Krishna has expanded himself as Balram, and Balram is serving the Lord in all the five rasas. So, like that. And Radharani, he is enjoying with Radharani. And Radharani wants to give so much pleasure to the Lord. She expands as all the gopis. She expands as all the gopis. All the gopis are expansions of Radharani. Because her intense desire to give pleasure to Krishna, she is expanded as all the gopis. All the gopis are expansions of Radharani. We say like that. So ultimately, it is Krishna who is expanding. The external potency, that is Maya, is not exactly manifested by him, for he expands himself as the Purushas, and it is in this forms that he maintains the features of material manifestation. By such expansion, he creates, maintains, and annihilates this cosmic manifestation. Okay, so we have to stop here for today. I know it's less than an hour, but I have to go drop some devotee to the airport and he'll get late otherwise. So thank you very much. If you have any questions, we can discuss it tomorrow in the morning. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you.